What's up, beautiful people? We are back and we are recapping season 10 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Well, this season, Kiera and Wendy are having a little disagreement with Wendy's dismissive behavior, which she's been accused of many a times. Guess who's back? Monique Samuels, and Giselle says she was happy to reconnect with Monique and see if she's still the same person. And of course, the queen herself, the Grand Dame, has finally been released from jail and will have her season 10 premiere on The Real Housewives of Potomac. So listen, join me and Chronicles of the Gray Haired Diva as we recap this season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. And it's all in good fun, so make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to both channels. See y'all soon. You just gotta... Good evening, oh, it's afternoon. Look at me, I'm so ready to go.
You 1 hour off for you, in the hour to be the evening time. Good.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are here and we are back recapping some of your favorite reality shows. We are here this evening to recap the BRAXTONS season 2, episode 7, Walking Down the Hall. Good evening, Auntie. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm good.
Wake up, but we're here.
Listen, we sticking to our commitment, okay?
We are. Listen, I needed a little Saturday nap. You know, Thanksgiving was on Thursday. The people, came over. We hosted a few people. We entertained. We had a good time. I did a little shopping yesterday. I got up and worked out this morning and ran a few errands. So I said, I'm going to come home and take a nap because your boy is tired.
Okay. Listen, okay.
Mm-hmm. Listen, how was your Thanksgiving before we get into things?
I had a good Thanksgiving. Celebrated at my sister's house. It was a lot of fun, but like you said, you don't even be realizing like you just need a little nap every now and then. You be tired. Yeah. And listen, I went to yoga this morning because I'm determined, between December and sometime in 2026, I'm giving these extra pounds back to the universe. I'm over it.
Period.
Okay, I'm done. So I went to yoga this morning, and I went in. I had my personal training today. She went, but I'm here.
Amen. Okay, listen. Skinniness, have thine own way with us. We receive you.
Yeah, amen.
We receive skinniness, okay? We receive it.
I trimmed down. I got slim up. Diva got to be in the streets, okay?
Okay. Listen, I'm joining there with you. I just got my personal trainer as well. He's been kicking my butt.
Good.
But we're doing our thing, and we're gonna look good for 2026. Okay, not just look good, but we're gonna be healthy. Okay,
we're gonna be healthy.
Ain't about just looking good. It's about being healthy as well.
Yes.
And speaking of being healthy, we're dealing with a lot of that in this season of the BRAXTONS. We've dealt with Von's health scare. Trina is having some high blood pressure issues as well. Miss E just recently had a stent put in her heart. We know Toni had the same. So perfect segue into the show. But before we get into it, y'all, you know what time it is. We do a new segment called Street News.
Street News, honey. Come on with the street news. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, child.
Have you seen this?
I did. I did it last night on my show.
Okay. Well, listen, people. Okay. Now, I used to go to the barbershop. I do not go to the barbershop anymore, mainly because I cannot deal with the extra masculinity energy that be going on. For example, this foolishness right here, Diva, okay? I can't deal with it. But apparently a gentleman went to the barbershop to get his hair cut, get shaped up for the holidays, doing his 1-2. And apparently the barber, cut back a little too far, Diva. And, I've had experience in this as well. I do notice that sometimes when you go to the barber, they cut a little bit, just a little snag, just sometimes a little too far. But let's do this real quick, and we'll talk about this for a second.
Whew.
I don't see what you're looking at. What you see. I see your ankle is going right here, And that corner for corner, it's right here. You talking about right here? Right there, yeah. You start first starting, I saw it. But fix what I already said. Bro, chill out. You tripping right now. I'm tripping? Yeah, you tripping. I'm tripping. Just chill out, bro. Just chill out. I'm chill. You don't see my shit right there, my nigga. Bro, your shit was up, bro. Guess what, bro? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Bro, I know, bro. Hold on, what you mean? How you tripping? What are you talking about, bro? But why you, bro? I'm like, bro, guess what? Because you don't shit was up. My shit, my nigga. No, bro, I'm doing you. Bro, guess what, bro? Excuse me, bro. Bro, don't worry about it, bro. You go super, bro. You was already this shit already put, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. Bro, you finna get attitude about my shit, bro. You tripping, man. What you mean, bro? You get attitude about my shit, man. You wanna beat me again, man? Yeah, because it's my shit in my head, man. Bro, you have a good day. And you have a good day, bro. Bro, you tripping. Bro, you finna beat me getting mad about my shit, bro. But you finna be mad because you get me mad about my health. What you going on for, man? You took no chain on me like you ready to you like you going about my shit. Bro, I thought you have a good day.
This is when it gets real sad.
You finna do me about. Okay, put your shit back. My nigga bought my shit. We gonna shoot you more. Get out. I'll put your shit back. Put your shit back. Yo. Hey, y'all go outside, man. Hey, y'all go outside. I'm gonna kiss you. You gonna put the wrong nigga. I catch my life in your room. Pussy ass nigga.
Okay, I'll stop it here, Diva, because we get the gist of what's going on. You know, Diva, I just like, the older I get, you know, I'm 30, you know, we have a nice little beautiful age gap relationship, as the people would say. And at this age, at 30, Diva, I just cannot see myself pulling anything out on anybody over just any, like, it's, I understand it's your hair, and I understand, you know, that he got upset with you, but there are children in the room. When, as Black men, are we going to stand up and recognize that we have younger men behind us who are looking up at us and following us and seeing what we do and are looking for an example to follow? At what stage? When are we going to recognize that? The barber was out of pocket. You messed up on this gentleman's head. You know, you got frustrated with him. Like, sir, what? You did the mess up. It was no need for you to be frustrated and mad and upset. Apologize. Get this man his money back if any money was exchanged. And let's move on and let go.
No money was exchanged. Here's the problem I have with this. It's hair, right? And hair can grow back. And I don't think any barber on purpose will inch your hair back too far. But there's barbers that do it. And you know, you pointed out it happened. You move forward. And he even said to him, go ahead on with yours. He didn't ask him for no money. But for you to continue to get up in this man's face and argue about your hair, it's not like he could pick it up off the floor and put it back on your head. And then for you to go outside and get an actual pow is crazy. It's crazy work. Wow. And the only reason why he didn't commit a crime is because he said he don't want to go back to jail. But if he thought he could have did something to that man and not going to jail, he would have did it. And that's what made that thing even scarier and sadder. That thing, to me, you know, we talk about in our community about how the cops don't respect us. We don't respect each other. For you to get that mad over a haircut is way out of control and out of line. And then you came back in and you violated both the barbers because you had the pow in the other man's face. Then he ended up pushing the other guy. If I was that barber, I would be scared to go back to work there.
Yeah.
Because just because he didn't do something to you, don't mean that he won't send somebody else. And again, this is all over a haircut. I have gotten my hair, things done wrong with my hair. I have gotten cuts shorter than I wanted it to. And I was like, all right, I had to chalk it up to the game. I have gotten colors because before I decided to just let my hair go gray, I used to color my hair all the time. And sometimes the color, I would be like, what is that? Like, that ain't what I asked for, right? And you can't play around too much with color, because if you keep trying to process on top of it, your hair will be in the same. So people got to get better self-control over their emotions. When I saw that, it was beyond sad to me, Roy. It was very sad.
We need better self-control, and where are safe places in our community? It just seems like that no place is safe anymore in our community.
Right.
The barbershop used to be, you know, a safe place, you know, for the young men to go to, you know, be mentored, to get their hair cut, to laugh, joke, and play, just like the beauty shop, you know. And it just seems like there are no safe places for our young children or young adults. It's very, very sad. But, you know, hopefully after seeing this video, they can all, you know, have learned something. Everybody learned something, take it back and do better. I would hope that that is a way for people to see themselves, if you may, and to do better in reflecting on themselves and then on their behavior, because we got to clean up the behavior. The behavior is unacceptable.
The behavior is unacceptable.
Well, moving on to our next story, and then we'll get into the Braxtons, and this is going to actually lead us into the Braxtons. We all talked about, you know, Tawanda's wedding, you know, and some of the people, including you, Diva, were asking, well, where was Scratchy? Where was Scratchy? Well, Scratchy is telling us where he is. I know we done kind of talked about this, but we haven't seen the video. So let's give Scratchy some of our attention, people, okay? Let's do that for a second.
I'm not gonna talking cold. I can clip this, whatever. I had a miscarriage. I had a baby on the way. So that was my emergency. So when I called the producers for the show, I was like, you know, I can't find my license because I lost it in my bag. So he was like, what are you going to do? I was like, well, I can try to drive down there. I was like, all right. So I called one of my friends up. I was like, so we can get a rental. We can shoot down to Atlanta. I can go get my suit, because the lady for Tawanda's wedding, she texted me. And then I was like, I called the producer. I was like, well, I didn't get my suit yet. And he was like, it's already here. So I'm like, okay. When I was talking to my friend, my girl called me. She was like, I'm bleeding. I'm going to the hospital. So I was over at my sister's house that day. My sister took me to her job. I called the ambulance. The ambulance came, took her to the hospital. We was in the hospital for like a full day, from 2 p.m. to like 6 a.m. the next day. So I'm just sitting there taking care of her because the doctor just said she had a miscarriage. All right, now I can't go. So I had to call my aunt and say, like, yeah, I can't make it. You know, my girl just had a miscarriage, so I had to miss the wedding. You understood that. I kept it on secret, on hush hush, but since I keep getting asked, and then it's making it seem like Towanda just pretty much said, no, you can't be in it. Nah, I was in the wedding. I was supposed to be not the best man, but a groomsman. But I couldn't make it. I can't do nothing about it. I wasn't going to leave my girl after she had a miscarriage by herself. I mean, I feel like a shitty person for that. Her first child, my first time dealing with a miscarriage, I'm not doing that. That's not happening.
Not happening.
I had to pick and choose. As a man, I had to pick and choose which one's worth it. Me staying with my girl that has a miscarriage, or go to a wedding. I mean, we pretty much involved. We've been dating for, you know, a year plus. I made the decision to not go. I said not to go. Now, like I said, I could have drove down to Atlanta because I didn't have my license. I didn't have my physical license on me. But I could have had my friend drive me down there. He has a friend down there. I could stay with either my grandmother or my cousin. I chose to stay.
He chose to stay.
Child, Fifi said now Scratchy. Archie was all over the place in that video. I saw the whole thing, and he was all over this place. Even his dad wasn't feeling him. And how you was going to drive with no license, and your friend had a place to stay down there, but your grandmother and your aunties live down there. You wouldn't have been able to stay with none of them. Like, this whole thing is full of it.
His grandma or his cousin. Didn't he say that?
He whatever mess he said. It was a bunch of lies. Okay. And I just was like, the whole family is messed up. And I'm sorry, not sorry, but Towanda used him for season 1, and then she put him in the trash. She put him in the trash. And do I think, because he mentioned in that video too with his dad that, people think he on substances. He's not, he had a drinking issue. His brain don't work well. I'll just say that. Now, whether it's alcohol, substances, or whatever else, I'll just say that.
Okay. I was going to blame grief, But we're going to leave that alone, and we're going to jump into this next episode. So episode 7. We are on season 2, episode 7, Walking Down the Hall, people. Okay, so this is Tawanda's wedding, the moment that Towanda has been waiting for all her life. Okay, so we open up with Tamar. She is having a music session with she's meeting up with producer Tricky Stewart to pick her single for her EP that she has dropped over the summer. Now, I did go and listen to the EP, everyone. Diva, I told you other people I would go listen to it. I enjoyed it. I have always enjoyed Tamar Braxton's voice. I do know that she writes the majority of her song. I think she's an excellent writer, Diva. She is so creative, so talented. She definitely has the ability to be a Grammy award-winning singer-songwriter. I mean, she has it, in my opinion. Now, this is the first year in 3 years that Tamar has not dropped some kind of record on her birthday. But Tricky is telling her to trust him. I got this. I know it's not on your birthday, but I know we got this. Tamar wanted to know, what does everybody on the team think that single is going to be? And she said, Tricky said, You and You. And Tricky was right. You and You was the single. And I hear it all the time. I have Sirius XM, Diva. I don't listen to the radio. When I tell you, I hear it all the time. So they did a great job in pushing the promotion for that. And they want to define the cool factor in Tamar in this new era that she's coming into. Tamar says that she does not want this to be just a #1 record. She wants this to be her Grammy record that, she's still waiting to get. So shout out to her to getting her Grammy. I believe that first album that she was nominated for, Love and War, oh my God, I definitely believed it deserved a Grammy. But she is Grammy nominated Grammy nominated. Tamar Braxton. Yeah. So shout out to, and that's a huge accomplishment, Diva. So many people, create music. We have so many people that are in the industry of music and never get to see the opportunity of any type of award. So to be nominated for the prestigious award in music, a Grammy, it's something to be proud of in itself. So that was a beautiful moment. And then I'll throw this little small scene in here as well. Tawanda's rehearsal dinner. Miss E is up taking pictures with the family, doing her thing. Trina is the only sister that is here, but she is proud to represent all of the sisters for Tawanda's rehearsal dinner in this special moment. They're not spending the night together, Sean and Towanda. They're going to do traditional, they're going to spend the night separately, meet each other at the altar, seeing each other for the first time. We get a montage of Umba and Sean. Umba, has been waiting for Sean, all her life. She was previously married to her ex-husband, Andre. Things did not go well. Sean came into the picture. They started dating. The people wanted to know, when you going to propose to Towanda? When are we hearing wedding bells? He's been putting it off. And then we finally see last season, at the end of the season, while Toni was up on her tour with Cedric the Entertainer, Sean gets up on the stage and pops the question. And so she's finally had her moment. Gave her speech thanking everyone for putting up with her and being there for her. She thanks Sean for being a lover, a man, a protector, a great friend, and pops to her children. Trina steps in and says, she loves Towanda. They are 15 years apart. They did not share a womb together, but they were or they did share a room together, but not at the same time. Trina says that she chooses to love Towanda, and she loves Towanda, and she does it on purpose, and she's worthy of this lifetime moment that she is finally having with her and Sean getting married. And then Miss E gets up and thanks everyone for coming as well. And she says she loves her daughter. She's very excited. And Miss E said the only reason that they are 15 months apart is because Mr. Braxton was, what did she say? Greedy. And how about that? Okay. So those were those first two scenes.
Tamar, Tricky, and Ben. I really do like Tamar's music too, Royer. I think she has a lot of talent.
Yes.
She has it in her. And I said it last week and I'll say it again. These sisters are missing an amazing opportunity. I skipped this whole episode and went to the final one. I didn't hear.
Well, we're going to be here to give you the recap then, okay?
That is hilarious.
Oh my God.
That is hilarious. Okay. That's hilarious. Oh my God. I cannot. So, I think she's a great talent. And I feel like the sisters are missing an opportunity. I feel like even if they didn't want to do a whole album together, every year they should maybe put out a Christmas song, or they should do something. They're stupid. They're being ridiculous. They're wasting the God-given talent that they received as a family. It's not like one person in the family could sing. All of y'all got a voice on y'all, and y'all wasting it because y'all fighting over pettiness. I thought that was a cute scene with Tamar, Tricky, and Ben. I didn't realize that every birthday she had released something for the last few years. That's a nice thing to do. But he said he got her. They're going to do this. And I didn't hear all of it on Roya, but I did hear a lot of it, and it's really good. Tamar has talent, and I do, but you already know over here, I like Tamar, right? This rehearsal dinner, she talk about she want to keep it cute and some casual and cute. It was casual. And it was bare bones. Okay. And if you want to put on a production, I'm not saying you need to max out your credit cards for a year. I'm not saying that you should, have it at some place. She could have had it at that same place she had it at, and she could have judged it up some. It was ridiculous. And like I said, y'all have got to tell me what the significance is with her in these cowboy boots all of a sudden. Everything is all these cowboy boots. I'm not following it. I don't get it. And I'm not quite understanding it. So, this rehearsal dinner, it was what it was. Trina talking about how, that's her baby because they 15 months apart and, blah, 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 whatever. I just, Mama E talking about greedy. I feel like they want to give Mama E something to do so she could get her check. Because that conversation I was just like, okay, Mama E, whatever. Towanda and Sean not spending the night together. When we saw the clip backs, before he proposed to her, first of all, Sean lost weight. It looks like, at least it appears that way. Or maybe him adding the hair back to his head makes him look trimmer, but. does look different, and he looks like he's trimmed down. But you know, when he was walking down the aisle, we'll get to that. He looked like he's really hippie. But anyway, I'm gonna move on, right? I don't know why. I don't know why I do this with you right here. But you know, he looks totally different with the what they call it, the man piece on his head. They have a name for it. No, I'm for real.
You know who Nephew Tommy is? You know who Nephew Tommy is from the Steve Harvey show?
Yes.
This fool it got some dreads, a dread wig put down. I was like, what is with this stuff?
Are you serious? You gotta show me that picture. I don't.
But yes, like what is with the people?
I don't know. Listen, like I told you, Roy. I'm not dealing with me and my man got to go to the hair salon. Like, I'm just not dealing with that, okay? We're not both going to be sitting up on a Saturday hours at the salon, you getting your unit on and me getting my hair done. Who played for the other team?
Who played for the
Carmel, Kim, you got to tell us who played for the other team. Tamar, Towanda has her boots on the ground. And that's that. Okay. But listen. All right. So, you know, and let me see. And they're going to see each other after Altar the next day. That, you know, them thanking everybody. I thought that was nice, right? Them saying thank you, everybody. I thought it was really nice. Mm-hmm. You know, other than that, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, Roy? Yeah.
You know, it was what it was. Overall, you know, Trina and Towanda have always had that special bond, so I'm not surprised about you know, Towanda or about what Trina said. Tamar, funny looking.
I heard about that. You talking about that dear whisperer said that. You know, I did hear that guy say that, but I just feel like, why tell other people's business?
Wow.
I just don't. Yeah, I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I did see that guy and I was like, okay. I was like, all right. Was he just joking?
No.
A new movie role, it says.
But Diva.
Yeah, it's for a movie role, though. It's for a movie.
Care. No,
it looks horrible.
We too old.
Yeah, and it looks horrible. He looks better with his bald head. And what kind of movie? What is he playing?
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm not here for those, but you know, more power to them. And we'll get to it, Roy. But I think Trina, she's missing a great opportunity. She looks way better with her sister locks than these wigs she be putting on.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know why she feels the need to do that. I mean, she looks way better without it.
Yeah, if Towanda can walk around here bald-headed, you can walk around with your sister locks, boo. Okay.
That part.
But yes, I love the locks too. Mm-hmm. I do love Trina locks. They are super cute. But you know, Trina and Towanda, they've always had that very special bond with one another. So I was not shocked at the speech that she gave. Miss E, you know, Miss E just being Miss E as always. She just got to come in and throw her little saying in, and that's on that, okay, people. But
look at God.
That was pretty much it. I believe it was nothing really else that really stood out to me. Mm-hmm. I mean, now the only wedding that I've been in, Diva, I was like a kid. So like, is the rehearsal dinner supposed to be like a big thing? Like, is that a normal thing that people do for weddings?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, you know, you ever seen that movie 27 Dresses?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Listen, I'm not close, but I'm close. I've been in so many weddings. And yes, and none of them was my own.
Okay. Well, come on, the bridesmaid to be.
Okay.
They all got to be your bridesmaid when you get married because you've been there, okay?
Okay.
Oh my God.
So yes, it is a big deal because normally that's where you thank all of the people. The groom thank the groomsmen for being in the wedding. You thank all of the people that are being in the wedding. A lot of the bride and groom, they decide at that dinner to give out the gifts that they're going to give their bridesmaid or the groomsmen. Yeah, you give them like a little gift because these weddings are expensive. The average bridesmaid and groomsmen can probably spend about $3,000 to be in somebody's wedding. Yeah, Roya, by the time you get the dress, the shoes, pay for your makeup, your hair, your nails, you're giving the bridesmaids are supposed to give the bridal shower and the bachelorette party. Yeah, no, you could be out some cash. So that's why the groomsmen and the bride usually have a gift for the people that are in their wedding at the rehearsal dinner. And the rehearsal dinner is when you come together, you make like they did, making sure you know how to walk down the aisle, your space, we're not the park.
So petty. So this is where all the formal instructions are given and everything is kind of laid
100%. 100%.
Continue to send me your invitations. Don't invite me to be at your wedding party.
Right. And listen, my cousin, this was a long time ago because her kids are in their 30s now.
Okay.
My cousin, I was in her wedding, child, and I told you I got 2 left feet. It was a whole dance, and I was not getting it right. And one of the bridesmaids thought she was Debbie Allen. She had to think, come on, turn. I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
My cousin, she lived in the building. We from New York. She lived in the building. We was in the hallway practicing. It was too much.
Oh no. Okay, I don't want to be a nobody wedding deal.
No, it's a lot. It was like she was like, turn. I'm like, I can't do all this.
I thought I'm just moving on down the aisle and standing where I need to stand and go.
No, now some of them they getting too elaborate, Roya. They doing too much.
Okay, well, like I said, just continue sending me the invitations, and I'll be watching everything. But speaking of invitations and being on the road, we are at the wedding day now. Okay, everyone. So Towanda was riding to the venue with her daughter in the car, with 2 of her eldest friends. Feeling good, excited, ready for the wedding. Well, she pulls up and, at the last episode, I remember specifically, Jamie said to all of us, Diva, do not park in the back. Park in the garage with everybody else. I don't care what nobody tells you, Diva. Do not park in the back. Well, Towanda pulls up and guess what? Somebody's parked in the back in her spot. And so she loses it, okay? Who the F is this parked here? They need to get out of here right now and move their car. I know I told everybody yesterday, do not park in the back. Park in the garage. I don't care whose car it is. Get it moved, okay?
She did too much.
She did way too much. But she had to have her bridezilla moment, so have your moment, okay? Miss E arrives as well. Sean arrives, and he and his groomsmen, are coming in together. One of the groomsmen asks him, are you sure you want to do this? We can run. We can go. We can get out of this. Nobody will ever know. And Sean said, no, I'm good, bro. I'm ready. Okay?
He is ready.
He is ready. And that's how I want my partner to be ready, okay? No matter what may come, be ready.
That part, be ready.
Towanda is getting ready with the bridesmaids. They're getting their face done, their makeup, their hair. You know, they're doing face masks. They're getting pre-wedding photos. And so Towanda shares with us that her eldest son, Braxton, he graduated from the Navy. And so unfortunately, he will not be present today because he's preparing to be shipped out. He's always wanted to be a Navy SEAL. And so now his official dream is coming to pass. I think that's a beautiful thing. Congratulations to him, you know, going into the military. These days, Diva, I mean, not that I was ever going to go anyways, but I would never choose to go into the military at this point. Everything is just so chaotic and crazy. So shout out to him for stepping up to want to serve his country and to, you know, be a part of the legacy of those who are veterans. Okay. Papa Braxton comes in. He's joyous. He's excited. He's happy for Sean and Towanda. He said, I heard that you're marrying a beautiful, feisty lady today, and I know you're going to treat her well and take great care of her. I want y'all to be happy and to be in love, okay? Back in the dressing area, Towanda is having a fall apart moment, okay? Tawanda's breaking down. She's crying. She can't catch her breath, okay? Because she has seen Tracy's signature on a handkerchief, okay? They had a signature handkerchief for Tracy that was going to be a part of her bouquet, I believe. And so it just made Towanda very upset because she's missing Tracy. This moment was for Tracy as well. She wanted Tracy to be here to celebrate this moment. Of course, she was there for Tracy's wedding, and so she's just missing the physical presence of Tracy. And so we get a little montage of Tracy, of course, you know, down through the years of their relationship, the three sisters, Trina, Towanda, and Tracy, you know, spending time together and just missing Tracy in that moment. So Trina comes over to comfort Towanda, you know, and she's fighting back tears as well, you know, and she tells Towanda to lighten up the mood. Your eyes can't be puffy, honey. Your face got to look good because you don't have no hair. Your face is everything that you give, so you got to get it together. A little glass broke in the corner, and we all know that Tracy was known for dropping a glass and breaking it. So I thought that was a nice little moment for Tracy, like, girl, get it together. Let's move on. Let's get it going. You know, Miss E said that, you know, she would love for her sisters to be there present with her. And she wished, you know, Towanda, you know, wishes that her sisters could be there. But Miss E said it ain't always feasible, okay, for the girls to come and be with their sisters. Let's see. Toni shows up. Finally, she comes in. Hi, I'm so excited for you. As Toni shows up, we have Brooke come out in her design lavender and black dress with her blue and blonde yarn hair. And so she had her, she designed her own dress. The lady said that it was beautiful. They were very, you know, it was gorgeous. It was a very proud moment for Brooke, okay? We all know last week that Towanda did want Brooke to change her hair, but we see that Brooke got her way, so shout out to Brooke. It must be love to go through that. Listen.
Oh God. Oh my God.
I'm just giving descriptions for those who are walking around and listening, not, you know, and didn't see the episode. It was blue and blonde yarn hair. Was it not, Diva? I'm being serious. She's supposed to say yes.
Yes, yeah. In Jersey, you get the yarn from Michael. You got a store called Michael. Oh God! I told you we don't do the kids. Don't do the kids. Come on. Go ahead.
Everyone said her dress was beautiful and gorgeous. Cameras leave so that Towanda can get dressed and get ready for the wedding. Towanda was really Towanda's wedding seemed really nice. It seemed like a beautiful venue. I love, you know, the little brown they had brown curtains hanging up, you know. Or Joanne's before they close.
Oh God.
Listen, we got to describe for the people who do not watch. I want everybody to have a full sense of the evening, okay? So, there were brown curtains hanging around the area, where the wedding was. We had lavender hummingbirds hanging from the ceiling. We had trees that were lavender, brown stems, of course, for the wood. I believe the chairs were white and golding, formal chairs. Yeah, Mr. Larry made it to the event. Okay,
come on, Mr. Larry.
He came and sat.
You gotta stop because I'm not gonna remember all this. Let's freeze there for a moment.
Okay, let's stop here.
Now, this makeup getting. First of all, let me back up to her driving up in somebody in the space. That whole manufactured cursing and all of that, it was ridiculous. Okay, absolutely, 100%, totally ridiculous. I was like, for real though. All right, they call him. He finds the keys. I guess he moved. They got help out the car. Now listen, this whole wedding was lavender, purple, whatever, and brown. Those are the two worst colors to put together. I didn't understand that, right? Brown and this lavender, it just didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand it. And so, now let's talk about when she talked about the son. I told y'all the son wasn't there. Y'all was beating me down saying he was one of the groomsmen. And I told y'all that son wasn't there. Okay. Now she wanted to say that the son graduated from the Navy. I heard, I'm going to keep it to myself because y'all know me, unless it's written in some publication or something like that. I don't really like to say it. But the things I heard about the son is unfortunately not good. And she's... And that was all lies. And my thing is, you would focus your wedding around your son. Why didn't you show us going to his graduation? Why would you not go to his graduation? We saw Denzel or Denims or somebody graduation. Everybody was graduating this year. Why didn't you show us you going to your son's graduation from the Navy? And the second he graduated, they was about to ship him out. Towanda, we not stupid. I'll say it. The excuse was BS. It's your son. Come on now, Fifi. Yeah, like it. They think we stupid. We're not stupid. So that whole thing, it didn't even make sense when she was saying it to the guy. Freddie, he was sitting there like, huh? It didn't make sense. Brown and Larry. It was tacky, the worst wedding ever. It was tacky. The word, yeah. So, when she said all of that there, I was just like, that don't even make no sense. And listen, everything was this lavender and brown, right? But then you walking in this white Riding Hood gown. Like Little Red Riding Hood. She had that hood with the fur and the gown. That's what that white thing she had on coming in. I was like, you did everything else purple. Why wear white now? It should have been a purple Red Riding Hood gown or whatever that you came into. It didn't make any sense. This is when I lost it with her. She was literally boo-hoo and snot booger crying over this handkerchief, and it had Tracy's signature on it. And I said to myself, you are so full of crap. You sitting here, you got hummingbirds all throughout the venue. The girl walking down, the adult, which was so ridiculous. To me, a child should have been carrying that, but we'll get to that. Walking down with a pillow hummingbird on it with your ring. And I'm saying to myself, you doing all this for the sister that's dead. You are wishing that the sister that is dead would be here, but then you got a sister that's still alive that you won't forgive and make up with. Very performative. It didn't make no sense. It don't make no sense to me. And I would appreciate if she would have took the performance to a higher level and called Tamar and been like, Tamar, because she knew Tamar wouldn't have been able to get there because the wedding was about to happen. She should have been real performative. Called Tamar, you know what? I want to let bygones be bygones. I'm sitting here crying over Tracy, and I should be forgiving you too, because you're still alive. So it was BS with it. Very fun. It was very inauthentic, if you ask me. Very inauthentic. I was just like, for real, that's Tracy's signature. She should be here with us. And then her and Trina comes in there, and her and Trina talk about, yeah, it used to be just the three of us. You got another sister. Do you not think God is talking to you, girl? The hummingbirds were crying. Stupid BS. I was like, this is stupid. Okay. You know, Toni arrived. Toni, she wants to be like when she arrives, that's when the show kind of begins. If Toni never showed up to the Braxton seasons, the Braxtons still can have a season. Because Toni sprinkles herself in every now and then. She came, the wig wasn't looking good, okay? The makeup ended up not looking good. And when we get to it, I'm going to tell you about my feelings about her dress, her and Trina's, but we'll get there, right? So Toni arrives and she's like, hey, Toni, Miss E kissed her. And, you know, she said, go ahead, Toni, you got to hurry up and go get dressed, okay? Whatever. Miss E and Mr. Larry there. Like I said, the hummingbirds for Tracy. When, what's her name? Brookie came in with that dress. You know, I'm dating myself for you, but when I was growing up in high school, they had home ec. And
oh my God.
Home ec, you learn how to cook, you learn how to sew. This looked like a home ec sewing project. When I saw that, and Brooke is, and you know what they say, if you look tiny on TV, then you tiny. Brooke is tiny.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot more going on in this family of Towandas than she wants to admit to. And I'll get more on that when it's the walk down the aisle time. But it just this is not sitting well with me, especially what I heard about her son, right? And that lame excuse she gave as to why he wasn't there, and just some of Brooke's reactions. Because how old is Brooke? Do you know?
I'm assuming 17, 16, somewhere around there in those latter years.
Yeah, something in the
water. They were very close in age from childhood. I remember them being kids together, so they can't be far off. You know, from each other.
Her daughter was crying, saying sad tears, not happy ones. You are correct, Monique. I feel the same way. And what is Tawanda's ex-husband name?
Andre.
We need to talk to Andre because something is amiss here. Something is amiss
with the son. And just if we can't talk about this, say that is it some? I mean,
I think issues similar to what people were accused Scratchy of.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just the dress wasn't. This for Towanda. Tawanda's she's in her 50s?
Yes, because remember Tamar's 48.
Yeah, that's right. So you know what? For a woman, a mature woman to be having a wedding, this was not it.
It was
This
immature.
was not it. It was, and I'm not saying I'm just saying I feel like this was a decor of teenagers. Yeah, it just wasn't it for me. And Miss E and her confessional with that BS talking about sometimes all the sisters can't be there. No, Miss E.
No, ma'am. But Diva, and because you said that's the exact reason that the sisterhood is where it is, because of Miss E and how she sees things. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And maybe I could be wrong, and I'm willing to be wrong, and I'm willing to be off. I felt that her moment with Tracy was a moment because, of course, you're going to miss the individual that you don't have the opportunity to say the things that you really wanted to say in the moment. Because Tamar is here, she can still, if she wants to, go and say those things. She can't do that for Tracy. And I feel that the sisters as a whole carry a lot of guilt behind Tracy's passing because of the way that they treated her in life. That's just my opinion. Each sister kind of had their own mistreatment with Tracy down through the years from what we've seen in the Braxtons. So I felt, in my humble opinion, that her tears were more so of guilt and, I didn't do what I should have done with my sister while she was here. Does that make sense?
But if you have that guilt about what you didn't do while your sister was here, why would you repeat the same behaviors with Tamar? So that if something happened to Tamar, then you have guilt behind that too?
Listen, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, anybody. That's just, how I said. I did think it was a moment, but just out of guilt. And I think, her and Tamar, they just constantly keep having these run-ins with each other. And I don't know what it's going to take. Both parties really letting their pride down and really doing the work to forgive one another and heal and find where their relationship lies as adults. See, I feel like a lot of the issues with these sisters are they're operating off of childhood relationships. And when you become an adult, you can't operate like a child anymore. I can't see you as my little child sister. I have to see you as my adult sister who makes adult decisions. And I have to be mature enough to handle those decisions and move in an adult way. And I feel like they all move in a very childish way. They don't move like adults. They move like five little sisters who all used to live together. It's too much. It's too much, in my opinion. But I agree with you as well. Toni comes, and I feel like Toni is, like you said, when I show up, the party begins. And Toni is truly, and she said this before, if this was not her family, she would not be around them. And that's how she presents herself. She presents herself as, okay, I got to go be with my family. Let me put on for a moment, and then I can go on about my business. We see later on in this episode, she even says she couldn't stay long and wait till the end to tell, what was going on. So it's very much, I show up, when I show up, the party starts, and when I'm ready to go, I'm good. Like, it's not very sisterly either. So I feel like everybody has a lot of play in the fallout of the sisterhood, how we treat one another, how we, move with one another. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's all. But shame on Miss E. Sometimes it's not feasible for the sisters to come. What you mean?
Well, obviously we understand why Tracy can't come, Miss E. So why don't you stop?
So
Miss E be doing the most sometimes.
He doing the most. Mr. Larry, he does make an appearance. Miss E wants him to enjoy the wedding and have a good time, okay? The groomsmen, they are coming down the aisle. They had on brown suits, white dress shirts with lavender ties, which I actually thought their suits were really nice, Diva. Now, I personally like the color combination, the brown, the white, and the lavender in the men. I liked it. Now, that's just me. But I like the color code that they did. Mr. Larry asked Miss E, should I behave myself? And she said, you be yourself, okay?
Come on, Missy.
I feel like Miss E runs off any man that tries to come to like.
Because she too much.
For her, like she's loud. She's just like, in my opinion, pushing the energy of like, don't get too close because you ain't gonna be here for long anyways. Like it was bit like Miss E should have came by herself. She just should have come by herself. Okay. They had hummingbirds hanging in the ceiling in representation of Tracy. The bridesmaids, they had on brown corset dresses with a brown train kind of flowing behind them. Let's see. Toni had on a brown see-through dress with a nude tone up under. I thought it was very cute, very sexy, very Toni, of course. Trina, she had on like a brown bodycon dress, very fitting, looked very cheap. I think she could have did better in my opinion. It looked like it came off of Fashion Nova. And then the flower girls, they had on lavender Easter-like dresses. Mr. Braxton, he comes up and he's waiting on Towanda to come up the stairs. Toni says, "Did Daddy forget how to walk? What is he waiting for?" And so Trina had to remind Toni, well, he comes down the aisle with Towanda. He's waiting on Towanda. So, Towanda comes down the aisle in a sparkly lavender dress, fitted, and then she has a silk lavender train following behind her as well. And then Pop Brax releases Towanda to be married. They have the ceremony, they kiss, and that was that. So anything on that?
Yeah, you like Toni's dress. I did not.
I'm not gonna. It was just very Toni-esque. I didn't expect anything more. I didn't expect anything less. Her in the nude, look.
Yeah, it's like Toni. Like, come on now, this is your sister's wedding. Like, to walk down the aisle in a see-through dress, I just thought I was like, this can't get any tackier.
For God's sakes.
I wasn't here for Toni's dress. The men did look good. I just think the whole brown and lavender together as a whole, it maybe it would have did better if their styles were better. The stylists, like and Toni in a see-through dress, I just thought it was horrific. Tawanda's dress, horrific. Not Towanda. I meant to say Trina's dress, horrific. Trina's hairstyle, tragic. And Trina might have looked better with that dress if she wore her own hair. Even when she came to console Towanda, and they had braided her hair down so they could put the wig on, she still looked better then. Her own natural hairs was up. That wig they slapped on her head for the wedding, tragic. The dress was tragic. And as she was walking down the aisle, you saw the leg of the Spanx. The whole thing was tragic, right? It was awful. It was god awful, right?
And talking about she wish she had a better spanker. Ain't that what she said?
Yeah, the whole thing was awful. Even Toni's dress, she didn't even have the right shoe on with that dress. If you go back and show that shoe, Roy, it was just horrific. Toni didn't look good. Her hair didn't look good. The makeup didn't look good. This was an epic fail for Towanda's wedding. I bet you Tamar would have came looking cute, but anywho, she wasn't invited. And then, that BS with Toni talking about, I called Tay to see if she was coming. You knew she was disinvited because from the beginning, when y'all was doing all the other festivities and at the table when y'all all fought, she said she no longer had an invitation. So, Toni, what are you talking about? You just as bad as Mama E with the fakeness about, I wish Tamar was here, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's Tawanda's day and she looked fabulous. Do you want me to talk about Tawanda's dress?
Sure, yes.
Epic fail.
Oh. Okay.
Compliment her. This high slit It was see-through, which you could see later on. I just thought it was an epic fail. That purple, I don't know. I wasn't here for the purple. The little bridesmaids or whatever, I couldn't do it. I just really couldn't do it.
Rest on this house. Rest on this love. We ask now that you keep them, cover them, guard and guide them in everywhere. In the name of Jesus, bless their love now and forever. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Look at that dress that Brooke got on.
Oh, this is the reception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Look at Sean. Sean is the man, okay?
He definitely looked like he lost some weight.
He did. He looks good because he used to have a little belly on him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He looks really nice. Okay. Yeah. Oh, there's her purple cowgirl boots. Okay. Here's the dress. Oh, she had a ladybug. Okay.
So, do you know? I think they're all beautiful. I do think they're all beautiful. But and Towanda looked beautiful. She looks good in her confessional with that big yellow flower on her. She looks really good there. But that dress is tragic. It's just tragic. It's just and all the different lavenders and purples. Yeah, you know what, Veronica? You are correct. I caught the body language. It was bad. The ladies of honors, I like their dresses.
Oh no, I did not like their dresses at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was better than, I'm talking like the whole thing was bad. It was better than the other stuff we saw. If I had to rate out of everybody's dress, the ladies of honor, their dress was better than, everybody else's.
I was trying to see.
This is terrible. This is terrible. Toni Braxton with that see-through thing on. It's terrible, Toni. That's ridiculous. Where's your son? He said a lavender letdown.
Not a lavender. Well, I like the people are being very hard. I've been to quite a few weddings and I have seen some jacked up, messy weddings. And so I feel like overall, I feel like it was a decent wedding. I thought it was decent. I really did. The lavender and brown, I thought it was something different. I've never seen that color scheme before. I thought, it was nice for what it was. That's my thinking. And like I said, I've been to a lot of interesting weddings when it comes to decor and fashion. So, it was what it was for me.
It's the Braxtons. All right, we're gonna move forward.
Yes. So Tamar and Taz have a meetup together. They have a meet and drink. Now, Diva, you've done therapy, right?
Yeah, plenty of times.
Do you drink with your therapist?
No.
Okay. Tamar and Taz, they're having a meetup together. And so Taz shares with us that Tamar has got her addicted to wine. She didn't drink wine before she met Tamar, but now she's sipping on the wine, drinking up the wine. Tamar said, that she did talk to Toni. And so her and Trina have agreed to have a sisters retreat meetup together. But as Taz said, Towanda will not be there. Okay. So Towanda is not going to be at the sisters retreat. Taz feels that Towanda is going through her own transition and shifts right now, getting married. And so we have to let her be and focus on the people that want to be there to heal the relationship. Tamar, she feels a little confused and she feels like that this is not going to work well because she has the biggest issues with Towanda. And how could she focus on moving forward with the sisterhood if the sister that she has the biggest issue with is not going to be present? Taz tells Tamar that she needs to focus on those who are present and who are there and who want to do the fixing work to heal the relationship between her and the people that are showing up. You got to show up for those who are willing to be there. And that I do agree with Taz. We can't focus on who not here. We got to focus on who showed up to do the work. Okay. Tamar on Trina and Toni because they're going to be there to do the work. Tamar really wants to resolve her issues with Towanda. But she's going to, work with Toni and Trina to see how things go. Tamar is a little afraid that Trina is not going to really be receptive to the retreat because Trina is very spiritual. She's not into the gongs and the meditations and the people speaking over saying different things. She's not into that, okay? Taz said that Trina just wants people to be responsible for their own actions and to show up and to heal. That's where Trina is. So let's set aside all of the extra stuff. Tamar said, she loves her sisters. She wants to heal the relationship. And that day still haunts her when she allowed her behavior to diminish the message. Tamar also says that the first person she wanted to apologize to was her sisters. She apologized that she allowed her behavior to get in the way of what she really wanted to say. And she apologized that she did her sisters wrong, even though they did her wrong too. And Taz said you have to be willing to give apologies in order to move forward and heal. So anything on that, Diva?
Listen.
Let me say this. I'm sorry before you go.
Okay.
This is the Tamar that I want to see, Diva. This is the Tamar that I know we can be in real life. Someone who's loving, who's caring, who's not going back and forth. This is who I wanted to see when she sat down at the table and she wanted the answers that she needed. And this is how I know we can get that Tamar. And I appreciate her giving the apology that no other sister has given. She's stepping up and doing the work. And this is what I wanted to see from our girl Tamar. So Tamar, for real, thank you. Because I see you trying. Now let's see if this try is actually going to be the one.
First of all, we have to come to agree to disagree when it comes to Tamar, because I don't feel like all of this should be on Tamar's back, right? Mm-hmm. But she's willing to have this meet up, and she's willing to forgive and move on and see what happens. And I'm here for her, her meetup and whatever the case may be. It is not much I could say about that besides the fact that I do love that Toni agreed. I do feel, now this I will say, I do feel that Toni doesn't like this tension between the sisters, because remember, Towanda tried to get Toni to call the cops on Tamar, which I thought was wild. And Toni was like, I'm not doing that. So I really, come on, Veronica, I do too. She definitely stepped up. She's trying to see how we can mend this thing. And then, of course, Towanda, the one that's boo-hooing about Tracy and her not being at the wedding. But now you're not going to come to make up with your sister that's alive? Girl, miss me with the nonsense. Nonsense to me.
Yeah. In my opinion, I'm not surprised that Toni is coming. You know, the people have said that Toni is a lot of the reason why Tamar's behavior is the way it is as well. She pacifies Tamar and babies her. You know, so I'm not surprised that Toni is showing up. Trina is always the open sister. I feel like Trina always tries to set aside her feelings to be there, you know, to support the other sisters and to really try to keep the relationship in the sisterhood going. So the two that showed up, I'm not surprised that they agreed at all because they always show. I'm not surprised that Towanda said no. First of all, she just got married. She's, you know, probably, you know, on her honeymoon, getting, you know, back into regular life and things like that. Number one. But number two, she still has not forgiven Tamar. And that is something, Towanda, that you're going to have to really work on because forgiveness means everything. If you're not forgiving, how are you living right? How are you sleeping at night? This is your sister. So Towanda, you got to step up and do better as well. Tamar has said on the TV in confessionals, whether she meant it or not, she gave an apology. And now it's your turn. Towanda, do better. So we're back at Tawanda's wedding. We're at the reception, or preparing for the reception. Tawanda's taking her pictures after the wedding, you know, all the family and friends. And so Trina starts looking for her husband. She can't find Vaughn. And so Vaughn is seen standing outside of the wedding, talking to a short young lady whose name is Dr. Brandy Brown. Okay. Trina runs into the medical Dr. Blake, who Vaughn was talking to, and he shared with Vaughn and Trina that he needs to go to the hospital immediately. Now, Dr. Brown, who told Vaughn this morning before the wedding that she received some results that his potassium level was very high and he needed to get to the hospital immediately. But because Vaughn did not want to ruin Tawanda's day, he chose to go to the wedding anyways, okay? Trina unmiked herself immediately as soon as the doctor said he needs to go to the hospital, and she left. This is a wife. This is a support system. This is what you do for your husband, okay? These sisters could take a lesson from Trina in this marriage. Be there to support your man. Be there. Vaughn didn't want to ruin Tawanda's wedding, so that's why he didn't go. I said that already. The producers tried to stop Vaughn and talk to him about what was going on, you know, to try to get this storyline to be shared. And Vaughn said, listen, here it is. I'm a man. I didn't go to the doctor like I was supposed to. I need to do better. There's your story.
On business. Stand on business. I loved it.
And I love it. And that's the real thing, though. You know, I did not like that the producers was trying to stop him from getting to the hospital, but I do like that they got that real raw moment. I was told to go to the hospital. I did not go. Now I'm suffering the consequences. I got to go. Bye. So beautiful moment, filming team. Excellent job to the producer who got that moment, because the men need to know. Listen to your doctor. If they say go to the hospital, pack your little rusty dusty bags, get in your hoopty, and head on to the hospital, okay? Get there.
Facts.
Toni was shocked about Vaughn's heart condition and, you know, him being told to go to the hospital and didn't go. Toni was not happy about it because she knows that the heart thing is nothing to play with. So she was very disappointed. Towanda and Sean, they do their walkthrough in the reception. I guess most people don't get to walk through their reception after the wedding or whatever. So they did their little pre-walkthrough.
No, you do a walkthrough before your guests go in there. Okay. Because they say the weddings, like everything goes by in a blink of an eye for the bride in the room. Okay. So they show them the room so they know what it looked like, you know, before.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, what are we doing this for? They're going to be in the room anyways, but that makes sense.
I told you, I might as well write a book. I've been in so many.
What to expect at your next wedding. There's your title.
No, I could write on how to be a good bridesmaid.
Oh, period. That part. There you go.
Take it from the girl that knows.
Okay. Miss E and Mr. Larry, they sit next to each other, and they're sharing dinner with one another. Like I said, Miss E was not giving Mr. Larry any the time of day, you know. It was kikis and little compliments and then gone back to business. Sean and Towanda, they had their first dance together. Toni asked Miss E when should she tell Towanda that Trina had to leave. Miss E said, maybe when it's over. Toni said she can't wait that long to stay that long. Miss E said, don't worry about it. She'll do it. She'll take care of it. So here Toni is yet again, ready to leave on the day of your sister's wedding, who was your personal assistant, who was there for you for your wedding, there for you for your divorce, there for you for everything, and you want to leave her on her one special day. Toni, do better. The rest of the wedding, you know, it was the regular wedding, you know, festivities. They did the throwing of the bouquet. What's the thing that they pull off the lady's leg? What's that?
The garter.
The garter, okay. Whatever that is. They threw that in the air. Somebody caught that. Towanda called Toni over because Towanda's still confused. Where is Trina? We haven't seen her. And she said, come on, girl, we're going to do the electric slide. Come on, girl, we're going to make a speech and we're going to party. So they said, get Toni the mic. Toni gave a little speech. You know, she said, y'all, thank you for coming to the wedding. I love my brother and sister. You know, welcome to the family. And let's do the electric slide. Let's dance and have fun. That was pretty much the ending of the episode. We do get a moment where Towanda, she pulls Toni to the side again, asking where's Trina. She needs to know. And that ends the episode. So we'll find out, you know, or Towanda will find out where Trina is in episode 8, and we'll be recapping that next week. But that was the ending of episode 7, Walking Down the Hall. At the end of each episode, we like to... Oh, Diva, go ahead. What's your final thoughts on this or this scene?
It'll be quick. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I don't know if y'all know this when once they announced them as husband and wife and they kissed, Brookie was given the side eye. When Brooke was walking down the aisle, she looked like she wasn't happy. It was either Diesel or Demon because Toni was like, "Oh, what's the matter?" She looked like she crying, and her cousin tried to help her out because he said, "It's happy tears." Diesel wasn't no happy tears. Your cousin is emotional, and I need you to go find out what's going on and get on the Instagram, the YouTube, or something, and let us know because that was not happy tears. That was sadness. Okay, and when they kissed. After they was husband and wife, she gave the side eye. She was constantly giving the side eye. Something about it wasn't right. They always stuck with Toni and Teeny Weenie. The other two are low down out for self. Tracy always stuck with Toni and Teeny Weenie. The other two are low down and out for self. Oh, okay. Listen. All right. So you know, they did their wedding photos or whatever. And you know, the whole thing with Vaughn, I know what it is. Men are scared. They get scared, right? He was given a very serious diagnosis. And remember the last episode, he said that he asked the doctor, was he going to die? Vaughn is scared, and I get it because he got a scary diagnosis. But what is interesting, he said, even though he said, I guess I'm still sick, but I feel better than I felt in years. So that told me too that Vaughn was not feeling well for a long time and he was probably kind of just ignoring it. But a lot of men do that. What I loved about Vaughn, because remember at first last season, I was like, throw Vaughn in the trash. Mm-hmm. What I loved about Vaughn was when he stopped Trina, because Trina was like, I can't be produced right now. He said, no, Trina, let this go. I want to talk. I'm going to talk. He said, because I was stupid. I didn't go to the doctor. A lot of men are going through this. A lot of men are not doing this. And so he said, you know, let it be known. I didn't go to the doctor. I was supposed to. And that's when he told us how he's feeling better now. But apparently he's sick and they was on their way to the doctor. I loved him for showing that peace. And I loved him for letting this thing be 100% authentic. See, she was crying with him on the steps. I think they had already got married at that point. I think they was taking pictures. But I'm telling you, something is not right. Something is going on. Especially that I know that her son, Tawanda's not telling the truth about the son. We'll just put it to you like that. All right. So yeah, the walkthrough. Them not telling Towanda, waiting to tell her that Trina had to leave because Vaughn got sick or whatever. But I said, you know what? When you reap what you sow. You didn't want Tamar to be there, and it ends up the person who you did want to be there couldn't be there either. And because she had to leave to take her husband to the hospital. But then on top of that, if it wasn't for Trina having to leave, I know Toni would have left before Trina. Because Toni was itching to leave. She didn't even know if she's gonna be able to tell you. And that's why Mama Miss E was like, well, I'll just take care of it. But she found a way to stay to the end. Listen, it was what it was. But if I had to, we're gonna rate the show. If I had to just rate the wedding voyeur,
be nice.
Right, since you said be nice, I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Okay. Listen, everybody, I want you guys, this will be a little different. We're going to do two things this evening. If you just bear with us, I want you to rate the wedding. We'll rate the wedding first. What was your rating on the wedding on a scale of 1 to 5? 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Give us your rating on the actual wedding.
Oh, I didn't know it was out of 5 because it was low. I thought that thing was out of 10.
Okay, if you want to do it out of 10, we can do it out of 10. I
could just change my rating. If it's a 1 out of 5, then I'm sorry. I'm giving it a 1.
Okay. 1 out of 5 for the wedding, people. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Where are you falling for the wedding? I'm gonna give the wedding a 3. It was a 3. Okay. Like I said, the color scheme was different. Now for real, in all honesty, I love what the men had on. I would wear a brown suit with a lavender tie. I thought that was a very nice look for the men. I did not like the ladies'
picture of just Sean in this suit. Can you go to his Instagram?
Oh, do they have this? Is this Sean? Okay, here we go. Share.
The men look good.
Yes, I thought it was very nice. I love the brown, the white, and the lavender. I thought it mixed very well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm still now. What was going on with the one groomsman here? Where it seemed like it started back here, and then he had like a twist thing going on. Did you notice him?
I did. It's a new look for the people to have like faded kind of halfway at the top, and then the dreads in the back. I don't know if that's a Southern thing. I know I see it a lot down here in the South. Not my favorite look, but it. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Okay, a 1. Based on the review, I didn't watch it. I'll give it a 2 for effort. We got a 2. Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining. She is rating the episode a 2. -2. Okay. We got a 2 for effort. Okay. Let's see the bridesmaids. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
Let's see. Give me a second, people. Is that me giving feedback? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, this is a mess.
Mm. That cake table is cute in some way. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't see any bridesmaids by themselves, but I can show y'all this. And I'll just zoom in on it so that the people can see what they can see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh. Did they miss it already? Okay, hold on.
Toni don't even look like she got a picture of that dress from the wedding on her page.
She don't.
She knew that was messed up.
I was sure if they were going to show the bridesmaids, and oh Lord. Okay. I don't see one with just the bridesmaids, y'all. I think we've seen this already. This was the one with them walk. Oh yeah, there was them walking down the aisle. Okay, so there's one.
Mm.
Uh-oh. Okay, there's two. So it looks like it's a pants and then a skirt.
Yeah, it's like a pants and a skirt wrapped around it. I wish we could find the picture of like.
So see, these are nude. It's nude, Diva. You see these people's pants. You can see her leg. This is a nude, like. Like Toni, was she just following in line? I thought everybody else. I didn't know. Maybe that was the scheme of the.
That's why this whole thing gets a 1. It just gets a 1. It was just tacky.
Mm.
It was just tacky.
Yes. Okay, Tadette said it too. The people said tacky, Diva.
Yeah, it was tacky.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, people, that was our rating for the wedding. You know, at the end of every episode, for those who join us regularly, on a scale of 1 to 10, we ask for you to rate the episode. We are rating season 2, episode 7, Walking Down the Hall, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Leave your ratings down below, and we'll get to those in just a moment. Diva, your final thoughts on opinions on this episode and your rating.
This is what I'm talking about right here. Hold on. Share that screen. What he doing with that hair right there?
That's when you're going bald and you don't want to accept the fact that you need to let it go.
Tragic. The suit, okay, they don't look bad here. It's not popping. It's not doing anything. I don't know where they got this brown from, Roy. There's the little girls. It looked like a ballerina recital. Yeah, this is just, there go the ladies.
Girls, okay, where'd you find this at? On Sean's page.
Towanda's page. That's the ladies. There go Miss E and Mr. Larry. I guess that's some guess. I don't know who that is. There go Daddy. Brooke does not look happy. And she got gloves on with that dress. I don't know what that designer did to Brookie.
Remember, she designed that herself.
Yeah, you got all the cousins in the wedding and not your own son.
Look at Trina's son. Oh my Lord. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot we was live.
Child.
I seen Trina's other son and his wife out in the audience. I think the two little girls are their children.
Oh, is it?
I think so. The two little girls that were standing.
I thought Miss E did say something about grandbaby. I thought I did hear say that. Let's see what's going on here.
This was right after we got married, and Brooke ran up to me. She was very emotional, and she said she wanted to tell me this, and she couldn't wait to tell me. What did she tell me?
Yes, she said, Pop, I think it's time for me to start calling you Dad. I want to start calling you Dad.
Yeah.
She was emotional. You were emotional. I was emotional.
I only cried a little bit.
You cried. Come on, honey.
Okay, 2 tears.
But it was just an amazing, incredible moment right here.
Yep.
I love you, Brookie.
Look at this see-through dress. Now it's time to call you Dad. Red Riding Hood cape. The halls it looked better in the pictures. Come on, Papa Braxton.
Okay.
Dropping it low and spreading it wide.
Where was Miss Wanda? I wonder if Miss Wanda was there.
I don't know if she was able to come. All right, let's.
Oh, that's her honey. Okay. I'm ready. Well, what are you rating this episode? We didn't hear it, and I don't believe she said that.
Oh, we gotta get out of here. Oh my God, I cannot. Y'all too much. Y'all too much. I'll go middle ground. I'll give it a 5.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 5 as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. Nothing major happened. The wedding was what it was. If Towanda and Sean are happy, I'm happy.
That's what we're gonna say. Or yeah, I sent you an email. See if you can show those pictures real quick.
Okay.
If you can, that in the email I sent you.
Let's see. Email.
Trying to call you Dad, but she got a dad though. Oh, but we gotta figure out. Okay, y'all. The last wedding I was in 2022. That was the bouquet. See if you can show my picture I sent.
Okay, hold on.
It was before that, yeah. But yeah, you gotta come up off of cash.
This is cute.
When somebody asks you to be in their wedding, you got to get your money ready.
That is cute. I love that.
That was the dress.
Okay, I like that. Not too long. Should I get this color?
It's like a burnt orange. I think I don't want to say that was her husband's favorite color. There's another picture that's a little closer. See if you can bring that up. Yeah. Her husband picked that color. So yeah, it was It was, yeah. Or red is my favorite color. So yeah.
Okay, with the necklace and the earrings, okay.
The necklace, the earrings, and the bracelet she gave to us.
Okay.
She gave to us, yeah. It was her gift to us. And I think if I'm not mistaken, at the rehearsal dinner, we got a t-shirt, we got the jewelry. We might have got something else. I can't remember. But honey, when you say yes to being somebody's wedding, you better get you a part-time job. Because you're gonna need some funds. Okay.
I see, yeah.
Some funds.
That's beautiful, honey.
That was in 2022. And I told the people, don't ask me no more. Ciao.
Not gonna ask you no more. Well, listen, everybody, this has been our recap of season 2, episode 7 of the Braxtons, Walking Down the Hall. We have one more episode left. We're probably going to recap that episode on Tuesday. Oh no, we'll have to do it on Wednesday because Married to Medicine is back on Sunday.
Oh,
yes. Okay,
we gotta squeeze it in though.
Yeah. We can do it Wednesday. Are you busy Wednesday?
No, you can do it Wednesday.
Okay, yeah, because I think I got something going on tomorrow, so I can't do it tomorrow. But
well, you know my book club is tomorrow.
Yes. So yes, join us next week for our final season finale recap of the Braxtons. It's going to be episode 8. We'll see the sisters retreat. We'll see how that unfolds, and we'll get into that. So be sure to join us for that. We are recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac. Potomac will be back this Sunday with episode 9. When I tell y'all, we have had a beautiful season so far of Potomac. I am so enjoying it. I haven't got sick of watching it yet, and I believe we are at our halfway mark. So we should be heading on through the rest of the season pretty strong, I think. We got Karen coming back, out of jail. The ladies are hating on Stacey more than ever, and some more tea is going to be spilled. So I'm super excited about this part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. As I said, Married to Medicine also drops tomorrow, so be sure to tune in to episode 1, season 11 of Married to Medicine, as they get started as well. Oh, this is season. Is this 11 or 12?
I gotta look it up. I'm not sure. But either way, we recapping.
We recapping it, so make sure you join us. We are super excited about that. And then, like I said, we will probably do the Braxtons on this coming Wednesday. So stay tuned to our channels for all of this and more. Make sure you continue to tune into Diva's channel for trending topics, mostly every night around 8:30. So continue to join her for that as well. Anything else, Diva?
No, that's everything.
Okay.
We hope y'all had fun with us.
Yes, thank you for joining us. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we are here for the Christmas holidays. So make sure you stay tuned. Oh, Kimora Lee Simmons' show is coming out. Okay, y'all. So we're going to try to recap that as well. I'm super excited about her show. I'm super excited too. Life in the Fab Lane. That was the fabulous.
Woo! You know what though? All jokes aside, Rory, I do like Kimora.
I do too. I really do.
Remember, Kimora, she at first with the Diddy trial, she was talking. Then remember all of a sudden with her that fireplace almost burned out. And she ain't say nothing about
she had to take care of Gary, okay? Gary!
Woo, child! Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Kimora.
I think it's going to be really, really good. And I think she went quiet because she was filming this reality show. So it's going to be interesting to see what will roll out with this show now, especially since now he's behind bars, things have shifted in the Diddy situation. So Diddy, before we go, have you heard anything about that lately?
No, I mean his son's 10 toes down that daddy will be home soon.
Oh yeah, and I seen that they was trying to take mama money off of take mama out the name of the money or something like that.
Child, don't do that to Mama Combs. Because listen, not for nothing, and this is not just Diddy kids, this is kids in general. If they don't know how to handle finances and you have access to a whole bunch of money, they're going to spend some more. So they have no concept of money, just period. That's kids all together, not just the Diddy kids. So I really don't think they need to be in charge of his money, because he really, for real, won't have none.
Yeah. Yes. Alrighty, people. Well, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Listen, if you didn't hit the like button on your way in, make sure you hit it on the way out on both channels, Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royer's World. Royer's World just hit 3,000 subbies. Thank you to everybody who continues to support my channel and who watches when I post videos. I truly love and appreciate y'all, and we thank y'all. Tune into Married to Medicine, tune into Braxton's, and tune in for The Real Housewives of Potomac. We love y'all. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Royal's World.